Today, we're going to figure out your wealth mindset score by looking at 7 psychological rules that are key to mastering your money. Let's get right into it.
So, let me ask you something. When you think about getting rich, what comes to mind? Is it all spreadsheets, complex calculations, and budgeting apps? Is financial success just about math?
Well, a lot of people would say yes. They figure if they can just crunch the numbers right, they'll build wealth. But you know what? All the research points to that being completely wrong. See, it's not really about how smart you are with numbers. It's all about psychology. The real drivers of wealth are your cognitive habits and, maybe even more importantly, your emotional control. I mean, you could be a certified genius and still be broke if your mind is subconsciously wired to sabotage you.
So we're going to do something a little different today. We're going to calculate your personal wealth mindset score. It's simple. I'm going to walk you through 7 psychological rules. For every single one you already follow, just give yourself 1 point. Keep a running tally as we go. You ready?
Okay, first up, building your financial fortress. Think of this part as the external psychology of money. It's all about how you manage what other people see and how you protect your own focus from all that outside noise. And that brings us to rule number 1. It's simple, but man is it powerful. Never reveal your income. Now, I know that might sound a little intense or even secretive, but there's a deep psychological reason for it. True financial freedom means setting some really firm boundaries. And here's why. There's this thing called status perception bias. The second people know what you make, conversations change. They can subtly turn into transactions. Suddenly, there are these unspoken expectations if they think you earn a lot, or you might even get a little disrespect if they think you don't. Keeping those numbers to yourself, that's not being secretive, it's protecting your peace of mind. So, if you already keep your income private, give yourself 1 point.
All right, let's move on to our next one, Rule 3. And this one might seem a little counterintuitive. It's keep your financial goals a secret. We hear all the time about speaking your dreams into existence, right? Well, psychology actually warns that this can seriously backfire.
And this is the fascinating reason why. It's called the intention-behavior gap. When you tell people your big, ambitious goal, your brain gives you this little hit of dopamine. It feels great, like a reward. The problem is, it's a premature reward. It tricks your brain into feeling like you've already made progress, which then, ironically, crushes your motivation to actually do the hard work. So if you're someone who moves in silence, give yourself another point.
Okay, so we've talked about the external world. Now let's shift gears and focus inward. This next section is all about winning the inner game. This is where the real battles are fought, inside your own head. We're talking self-control, taking action, and being honest with yourself. Which leads us perfectly to Rule 2. Stop over-researching and start executing. Oh, this is such a classic trap, and it's one that a lot of really smart people fall into. They get completely stuck in what's called an analysis paralysis.
Just look at this breakdown. Watching hours of finance videos feels productive, but that's just input. The real wealth building, the output, is taking the 5 minutes to actually open that brokerage account. It's setting up the automatic weekly investment. You don't need to be an expert to start. Remember, done is always better than perfect. If you're an executor, not just a researcher, give yourself 1 point. Okay, on to Rule 4. Master stimulus control to stop impulse buying. You have to realize every single ad you see, every limited time offer, it's all crafted by experts to trigger a little dopamine hit in your brain. They are literally training you to find satisfaction by spending money. So how do you fight back? Here's a super simple but brilliant technique, the 24-hour rule. The next time you want to buy something you don't truly need, just force yourself to wait 1 day. That's it. That little pause is just enough time to shift the decision from your impulsive emotional brain over to your logical thinking brain. It's a total game changer. If you already use tricks like this to control emotional spending, add a point to your score. All right, let's keep it moving with Rule 6. And this one is all about self-awareness. It's break the loop of repeating financial errors. You know what I'm talking about. It is so easy to fall into the same money traps over and over again, sometimes without even realizing it. The secret weapon here is something called metacognition. That's just a fancy word for the ability to step back and analyze your own patterns. Instead of blaming the economy or bad luck, you look inward. You say, okay, that budget didn't work. Again, what's the pattern? What am I doing wrong? Taking that ownership is how you actually make progress. If you learn from your financial mistakes, instead of just repeating them, go ahead and score another point. Okay, for our final section, we're going deep. This is all about knowing your financial DNA. We're talking about understanding where you came from, your generational programming, and what truly motivates you when it comes to money.
And that brings us to Rule 5. Recognize your generational money trauma. The economic world you were born into left a huge psychological stamp on you. It shaped how you think about risk, what security feels like, and what you believe is possible.
Think about it. If you're a millennial, you probably entered the job market around the 2008 crash. That creates a kind of expectation trauma. If you're Gen Z, you grew up swimming in information about economic inequality. Just recognizing where your money anxieties come from is the first step to making sure they don't control you. So if you're actively working to make sure that old anxiety doesn't write your future, give yourself a point. And that brings us to our final rule, number 7. This might be the most important one of all. Build wealth for intrinsic self-worth, not for visibility. Let's be real, social media has completely warped our perception, making an entire generation believe that looking rich is the same thing as being rich.
I love this quote because it just nails it. True wealth is silent. People with a truly powerful money mindset get their confidence from the inside, from what's in their bank account, not what's in their driveway. They don't need to buy things to get approval from other people. Their self-worth is intrinsic. So if you avoid buying stuff just to impress others, that's your final point.
All right, pencils down. It's time to tally up your points. Go ahead, add them all up. Out of a possible 7 points, what's your final wealth mindset score?
Let's see what that score means. If you got 5 to 7 points, wow, congratulations! Your brain is pretty much already wired for wealth. If you're in the 3 to 4 point range, you've got a really strong foundation with some clear areas where you can level up. And hey, if you scored 0 to 2, that's actually fantastic. It just means you have this huge opportunity in front of you to build some powerful new habits from the ground up.
So, what did you get? Don't be shy, drop your score in the comments below. Remember, it's not just about the money, it's about decoding the mind that makes it. Thanks for hanging out. Now go put that wealth mindset to work.